Welcome to the sold-out Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida for Monster Jam Racing and Freestyle. For decades, fans have been packing this incredible facility, and every Monster Jam driver tries to take it up even another notch because they know a win in Orlando is truly special. Every driver pulls their belts a little tighter as they go for the racing trophy and the Freestyle Championship in front of some of the most passionate fans in all of Monster Jam. It's a star-studded lineup. They're battling on this racetrack. You'll see both competitions next. All right, here we go. Championship round races coming up, and it will indeed be father versus son. You've been in this role before, battling your dad for a title. Now it's Ryan's turn.
This is it, man. He's been on a roll all year, man. I really don't know. It's a toss-up. Both of them have been pretty clean all night long. Dad tagged that car a little bit, may have slowed him down. If he can stay smooth, he can take it, but Ryan's fast.
Pulled to the line. I'm looking off camera. Daniel Crawford, the crew chief of Grave Digger, Brandon Vincent, Son-uva Digger crew chief, they are eyeballing each other. They want this too.
It may be a fight in the pits, not on the track.
Dead even off the line. What a great start.
Pretty smooth, tight turn.
About a wheel length lead for Son-uva Digger to the final turn.
He checked up a little bit, checked up.
The family feud in Orlando goes to the kid.
He took him.
Ryan Anderson and Son-uva Digger squeaks out a win over his daddy and Grave Digger. Wow. And for the Anderson clan, you couldn't lose that one, Adam.
No, it feels good, man. We hate to beat our dad sometimes, but at the same time, it's a great accomplishment, and he's always proud of us no matter what. As long as we take the win, that's what Dad wants, and we're going to give it to him, even if it's taking it from him.
He's proud of you guys when you win, but just so the fans understand, nobody hates losing more than your dad, and that doesn't matter if it's to you guys or the top miss.
No, it really doesn't, man. It's an awesome feat to go out there and be able to beat my dad. He's been doing it for 32 years now, man. Look at these fans going crazy.
Son-uva Digger, baby! Brandon Vincent, Dakota, my crew guys, keeping that thing running like it is so I can do that. I love you, you rock! Freestyle's next!
I don't know if he can get any more jacked up, but he's going to have to for Freestyle. This competition's going to be intense. There is another trophy on the line. Actually, two, because if Ryan Anderson and Son-uva Digger can conquer this freestyle track, they'll take home the Double Down Trophy. I'm Scott Douglas, joined by two-time Monster Jam World Racing Champion Adam Anderson. Here's the way they will line up, and we'll get down to that final Son-uva Digger, Max D, Grave Digger freestyle. There's going to be some great action upcoming as Roy Pridgeon brings out Ice Cream Man. We'll look at some highlights from his run. Pretty good start with a score of 16. Then Tim Minte struggled in the storm damage truck, ended way too early, problems mechanically, only a score of 7. Now Darren Goen, gotta give Darren some credit, kind of just called in a new driver filling in for Randy Moore, War Wizard. He was competitive with a score of 16.
He's doing a great job.
Well, here's the best hair on the board. Kevin King and Straight Jacket ends up putting a 15 on the board. Now Scooby-Doo and Nicole Johnson on the track.
Doing a great job, a new up-and-comer, learning the truck in and out right now. It's tough to go out there and be a new person to get on the track in front of all these fans in Orlando, the best fans in the world, and have to put on a show, man. It's nerve-wracking.
Nice position right there on the skywheeling. She's really coming along, as our fans on Fox Sports 1 saw a little earlier here on our season of coverage at the Monster Jam World Finals. She became the first woman ever to successfully land a backflip at the Monster Jam World Finals. So she's clearly stepping up that ladder.
She absolutely is. She's doing a great job. Great donut here. Let's keep up the momentum. Pick it up.
I love this camera down on the chassis as our fans can see how your machines work, Adam.
It's really cool so you can see parts breaking.
So far, Scooby-Doo's holding together. Nice.
Yeah, the crew's done a great job. She's going out there. She's getting ready to pick it up. Look at that big air. That's great. Truck's working awesome.
And the thing for Nicole, as we see with a lot of young drivers, okay, yeah, you can get some of the big moves. It's developing that flow and momentum, and that just takes some time for most people, unlike you and your brother who kind of had it born in you.
We didn't know any different, man.
She'll go into bonus time with a nice wrap-up. Well, she's not going to get much bonus time.
Oh,
Listen
man.
to this crowd.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, if you're going to go out spectacular.
That's right. You're going to finish big.
Well, she only blinked. She didn't really close her eyes. Impressive. 20, new leader. Scooby-Doo goes to the hot seat. Nicole Johnson high-fiving her fans for taking the lead. And now, Brian Wright and Hook. In our comments that we got from the drivers of the party of the pits, his truck owner, Steven Simpson, these guys have something cooked up, so we don't know what it is. Let's see.
I've talked to Brian quite a bit, man, and he's a great driver. He's a local guy from home. I grew up around him, and he's really picked up his pace this year, and he wants to put on a great show for the Monster Jam fans in Orlando.
20 is the score to beat. Scooby-Doo is the leader. Nicole Johnson sitting in the hot seat.
He better pick up the pace. He called me on the phone. I said, man, you better get going. Oh, here it is.
Nice air off a big jump for Brian Wright and Hook. And of course, the truck designed by Steve Simpson's son, Steven, who clearly is one of the top new talents in this game, but Brian's no slouch behind that wheel.
He absolutely is. Steven, he's off at school right now, so that's why Brian goes in there and fills in for him, and Brian does a great job.
Taking it down toward bonus time, and again, the way the scoring works, if you don't get into bonus time at this level of competition, Adam, you're not going to win, probably.
You have to have those extra points, Scott. All right, you better pick it up.
So now the regulation judges will turn their scores in, and a new judge will go to work. That's our bonus judge, who can offer up to 5 additional points. Again, the positioning on the sky really outstanding from Brian Wright and Hook.
He's kept great momentum this whole run so far, Scott, and has attacked almost every obstacle out there. Look at that.
And he will fill bonus time as well. So all the scores in, pretty much if he continues running. This is going to be a little extra for the fans because the scores are being recorded right now. And he ties for the lead. Good job by Brian Wright and Hooked with a score of 20. All right, the action continues. Here's Brandon Darrow, an up-and-coming star, and Bad News travels fast, a truck that so many fans have been thrilled by for over the years.
Man, that was great. Comes right out with a slab wheelie to get things started.
There's your scoreboard, Scooby-Doo and Hook. Tied for the lead. Should it end that way, there's another judge who we haven't even looked at their scores, only used to break a tie for a win.
Uh-oh, he's having an issue with the rear steering of the truck right now. That's going to hinder him some. Oh, it's straightening. No, I thought it was going to straighten back out. There could be an electrical issue going on with the truck right now, and/or it could be fluid. If it's low on fluid, the steering won't work. It could be a number of things on the truck. There's even a switch inside the truck. If you accidentally bump it, and it happens, that the rear steer doesn't work. And it takes you a while. When you're in there getting jostled around, you forget. You don't even think about things like that. You forget to turn it back on.
Whatever it is, the truck not at 100%. And boy, Brandon's really struggling here. But again, for this guy, every step is part of the learning curve as he develops his Monster Jam career.
That's right. That's part of the learning curve, Scott, is learning to drive with a broken Monster Jam truck. And it's not easy to put on the show that you want to put on with a truck like it is.
So Bad News travels fast, despite the fact that the truck is not operating at 100%, fighting through it to fill the clock.
He's doing everything he can do, man. He just wants to go out here and put on a show. You don't want to go out in front of all these fans and fail like that. Oh, man. About dumped her over there.
They'll go into bonus time, but again, there's not a lot the judges can do with that because, again, the truck's just not really letting them get anything going. Steven Thompson, another newcomer in Hurricane Force, hits the track. Score to beat's a 20.
You know, I've seen this kid around a lot. He grew up with some of the Voders clan. I've seen him on the track, off the track, man, since he was a kid, and he's a hot up-and-comer right now, Scott.
You mentioned the Voders clan. They're certainly producing things for Mike Voders and his team, the Black Stallion team out of Maryland. course, current Young Guns champion Mike Potter's the second in Overkill Evolution. This guy came up with him. Pretty good breeding ground. Kind of like what Jim Kohler's done with guys on with the Avenger on the resume. Look at that.
Oh, man, look at the air there. And the truck's holding together. The truck's holding together. That's what it's all about.
All right, it is shut down. They will freeze the clock.
I spoke too soon. I hope he can get it fired. There it is. There it is.
All right, so he's still got time.
Okay.
It ruins your momentum, but it doesn't hurt your score.
It does, but a lot of times it builds a fire inside of you, Scott, that you want to go out there and conquer it then. When the truck fights you like that, you want to fight back.
30 seconds remaining on the regulation clock from what has been an impressive performance. If he can keep this up into bonus time, we're going to have a new leader.
Man, this is a great run right here. You know, it's very nerve-wracking. Like I said once before, this is probably the biggest show that this guy's ever been to in front of all these Monster Jam fans, and you want to go out there and put on the best show possible. It's not easy to do that mentally.
Well, no, and again, you got so much you're dealing with, which includes the mental aspect as we go into BKT Tires bonus time. I mean, mentally, he's going up against the best in the world, and he knows it.
You know what? He's gunning for those guys, though. He's not holding back.
What a performance from Stephen Thompson and Hurricane Force. Look at that.
There it is. That was my move right there. I loved it. I loved it. That was my move. I love that.
If this doesn't get the lead, I want an investigation of the judges. This has been outstanding.
The momentum, the air, everything.
And the flow, his pace. Yeah, it wasn't said momentum, but I mean, just the plan, if you will. He hasn't wasted time. He hasn't driven around. He's gone from hit to hit to hit.
No, he's not worried about what he's hitting at that time. He's worried about what's coming next. Look at that, look at that. And he brings it down.
All you can say is wow to Stephen Thompson.
First time in Orlando, we were going to set it up big. We were going to name who Hurricane Force was. That's what we did. We went out there, hit everything as hard as we could, did the best job, but these fans of Monster Jam, they're the winners.
The action continues in freestyle as Exterminator and J.R. McNeil on the clock, trying to take the lead away from Stephen Thompson and Hurricane Force. Scott Douglas and three-time Monster Jam World Champion Adam Anderson. Like that better?
Yeah, that's much better, Scott. Now you got it right. Like you said, Hurricane Force in the lead with a 24 right now, and he's shown that he is a force to be reckoned with right now.
If you haven't caught up with the change this year, you may remember J.R. McNeil from Raising Cane went to a completely different style this year, and Exterminator's certainly been really popular, especially in these Florida pit parties. Maybe with the name Gator and it works.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a Florida boy anyway, so it's, you know, the Gator, it fits him well.
Tough part for him is after Stephen Thompson just rocked the house. I mean, that's a tough act to follow. Hurricane Force was great, but he's going for it.
Oh, there we go. There we go. And it is. It's really tough, Scott, when you go out there and put on a show like that to go after somebody. You have to live on the ragged edge, man, and you have to risk things. Look, he's having a rear steer issue too now.
So that's not the first truck to have issues with the rear steer.
He's struggling with it.
What does that do to a driver?
You know, at first, Scott, when it first happens, you don't really know what's going on. You don't know if there's a tire down, if the rear steer has gone out, and if it does, look at that, straighten back out, though. It's a struggle, and now he may not be able to use the rear steer on the truck, so he might only have front steering, which enables you to not really get around that place very well.
He'll go into bonus time, but again, mechanical problems costing him what he could get in terms of points because he couldn't go at 100%. Comes up short on the scoreboard. It's a 16 for Exterminator, 24 still the score to beat. Here's a guy who has won and won big in this building over the years. From Bushnell, Florida, Scott Hartsock and the Gunslinger.
Starting it big, man. One of the guys that I've always looked up to as a driver, and he goes out there, man, he's still hanging with all those young guns, man.
But now, how about his crew? Because he broke in racing. It was early on, so we didn't see it in our racing highlights. They literally have been working all night, pounding away on this truck, and they got it back together.
They have. They had an issue. Actually, the front wheel came off of the truck. They replaced all the parts, and hopefully everything hangs together. Mikey Hartsock, his son, is out there working away on the truck, and he's going to be an up-and-coming driver here soon to be on the track with us.
Pretty soon you're going to battle about all your dad's old rivals kids out there.
It's terrible.
It's
terrible. I don't know what I'm going to do, man, because we've all learned from their mistakes, and we're only getting better. Scott's not making many mistakes right now. He's going big. He's keeping up the momentum. He's really putting on a great show.
Nice combination from Scott Hartsock and Gunslinger. Hurricane Force has the lead here in Orlando.
Truck sounds so great. Big engine in that truck. Uh-oh.
Shuts down. They'll freeze the clock. Yeah, no, it did refire.
Okay.
About to say no. As you talked about earlier, now he's just mad.
That's it, man. When you get shut off and the truck shuts down like that, there's a fire burning inside, and you're going to go bigger after that.
As he keeps going at him quickly, you were part of the last event. We saw it earlier this year at Fox Sports 1 in the Metrodome. Now we're coming back to Minneapolis, but the last event in the building, like here in Orlando Citrus Bowl, it means a lot to win it, doesn't it? I know Scott wants this, my point.
It really does, Scott. You know, you're going to leave the place. You're not going to be back for a couple of years, next year, whatever the case may be. You want to leave your mark. You want the fans to remember that you were there, and that's what Scott wants here.
And he will fill the clock. Score of 18, 24 is still the score to beat. We're right back to the action. Steve Sims and Stone Crusher.
Holy
He brought
smokes!
the hook truck. That's his other truck out on the track and leaked over.
I guess that was that card he had up his sleeve there, Scott. What an awesome start to jump his own truck, to risk his own equipment out there for these Monster Jam fans.
Wow. Steve Sims, who, in my opinion, one of the most underrated freestylers. You talk about the greats. I'm not sure Steve's name comes up. Then you look at the numbers. He's in the top 5 all-time in Monster Jam World Finals in average freestyle.
He's so consistent everywhere he goes, man. He's always at the top. As long as his equipment stays together, his team works really hard. They do have great equipment, and he's always at the top right there, man. He's going to take the win. He's going to get it from us.
Great story. Steve just got into the business, was enjoying being an owner. Driver injury. Next thing you know, he either a driver, he put on the suit. Found a new talent here, huh?
He's doing a great job, too. 2 awesome trucks, great team, always put on the best shows possible.
Steven Thompson may want to start getting a little nervous because Sims came to rock the house.
He's crossing it up, changing things up. He's approaching those jumps like there should be big air almost every jump. A lot of fatigue on that truck, man. He's really working it hard. Look at that. Doubled it up. Oh, man, nosed her in a little bit, but he's got it. He recovered well.
He's got one more hit to impress the regulation judges.
Bring it home, Stevie. Bring it home.
Now in the BKT bonus time, and here's where he can add up to 5 more points.
You know, it's really awesome when you do bring the other trucks out there to jump them, but also it may hinder you for that obstacle.
Yeah, because he's cut himself down on the other side. He can't go backside of that.
Man, I thought he was going to hit the truck right then. I was in awe for a second. Look at that. He's still crossing up, though, even with the truck out there hindering him on the track. Used it at first, but he's still doing a great job attacking everything. Oh, wait a second. The front sway bar links are broke on the truck. They've shut him down.
He'll tie for the lead.
That was a great run. You know, luckily the equipment did last all the way to the very end. The officials did shut him off for that sway bar link being broke. Look who it is. Look who we got. Uh-oh, do you hear that?
His baby brother, Ryan Anderson, Son-uva Digger, Adam Anderson, driver of the legend, here with me. Already he has won racing. He's going for the Double Down Trophy.
Man, big air, getting after it, right into a slap wheelie. Just along for a Sunday drive. Big air, smooth. You can see the usage of the brakes. There's got a little bit of smoke going on there. The motor sounds a little funny to me, Scott. Working the track for all it's worth here. It's a great track for it, too. Oh, boy. When you go to these Monster Jam events and you have that sandy surface, it makes for a great show. High speed, big air. Look at that, just carrying the momentum.
Well, the Double Down Trophy's on the line. He's got to beat 24 to get in position.
He's working it in there, and I can tell you this, Scott. When we get out of those trucks, and if you feel like you worked for it, you did a good job. Look at that, standing it up.
You're saying you don't want it to be too easy, huh?
No, you have to sweat. You have to earn it. Look at that, right into it.
What a combination.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I love seeing the dirt fly.
The way that truck lands just amazes me. I mean, it seems to suck up everything Ryan can give it.
Look at that, right into it. Beautiful. I love it.
The great thing about that is the last move the judges are going to score before the bonus judge comes in. That's got to impress them.
The momentum is just unreal here, Scott. The truck is working awesome from its stand together. The crew's done a great job. He's not taking it easy on the old girl. Oh, man.
The fact that he started to win more racing trophies has got to scare everybody else because he's always been a freestyle phenom.
He does a great job, and Scott, this is the deal, and I don't even like to say this, but the momentum helps. It carries the truck. Look at that.
Son-uva Digger takes the lead. As long as he takes the lead, he's dominated. A score of 30.
It's been great so far, man. A lot of tough competition out there, but Ryan's in the lead with a 30 right now. There's some big guns coming, though.
Well, big guns indeed when you talk about Max D and Gravedigger sitting in the pit. And it's going to be Morgan Kane, the newest member of Team Max D, going after his buddy, Ryan Anderson, Son-uva Digger. He's not his buddy right now. He's standing in the way of a win.
He's got a tough task ahead of him here, Scott. But he's going after it. Big air right off the bat. He's blowing spikes off left and right. Look at that.
I know you Andersons weren't thrilled he joined Max D's team, but he is a perfect fit, in my humble opinion, for this team with his youth and his just absolute bravado.
He's doing a great job, man. We were sad to lose him to Tom, but man, you know, Morgan does a great job. Oh no!
That will not get him the points he needs. He does not even fill half the clock. Well, he's learned how to put a helmet on a young fan's head from Tom Meents. Morgan Kane celebrating with the fans, but it will not be a victorious one for the Max D team. So one of the Gravediggers is going to win it. Son-uva Digger or this one with Dennis Anderson.
Man, the old man still got it, going big. Oh man,
he's been so good in racing this year, Adam, that his freestyle seems to have suffered. He is now just earlier tonight suffered his first racing loss of the year. Does he bring it out in freestyle?
I don't know, man. I hope for it, Scott. There were some issues with the truck. It was great racing. The shock, the suspension setup was too soft for freestyle. We battled it, and he's going for it right now. He's going big. I'm keeping my eye on these shocks right now, Scott. I actually drove the truck for Dad. He wasn't able to. Out in the field, in between shows to get these shots. Oh, no. He's got a blown rear tire.
He hasn't broken anything, but he's knocked the tire off the beam.
Yeah, he's still going with it, and sometimes Dad likes this. He likes to drag that old girl around, and he's a master at it, man. That's one thing that us young guys, we have to learn to do. He's been doing it for a long time.
Would he be better off if that tire is kind of laid down?
If he can get it away from it, as long as it doesn't wrap up around the truck, he'll be okay. As long as it doesn't damage anything else. That's almost a 700-pound tire there just flailing around that can catch anything on the truck and damage it. It can damage those 5-cent parts that'll end the run for you, but he's going for it.
I love being on board with him. We can hear that he should have patented the throttle rhythm he had.
He better not, because I'd have to pay him for it.
BKT Tires bonus time for Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger trying to beat Ryan Anderson and Son-uva Digger score of 30.
I'm going to have to yell at him. He's turning right. He needs to turn left. I'm going to have a talk with Dad here. He doesn't care. He's going for it. He's dragging it for all it's worth. Brand new truck. Who cares? Oh, Dad, stop. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
That was amazing. Everybody was standing as he started down that hill. 24th to score. Son-uva Digger wins.
Number one, double down again, second time in a row. 2 years in a row. So good. The last time in the Citrus Bowl for Monster Jam. And we killed it. Son-uva Digger owned it.
I can tell you, Adam Anderson, the next place to catch your little brother is to go on our social media. He's all over Twitter and Facebook, and of course, MonsterJam.com will link you to it. But he's going to celebrate this one, a big night.
Absolutely, man. That's a big win here in Orlando for him. The double down, that's what everybody's gunning for.
Big night for the Andersons. Great job in the booth, by the way. Thanks, Adam. We'll have you here again.
I appreciate it. Had a great time. To all you Monster Jam fans out there, we appreciate you guys. Come see us again on Fox Sports 1. I loved it. I'll be back.
There you go. Adam Anderson, Monster Jam 3-time world champion, and a his brother Ryan takes Son-uva Digger to the double down. For Adam Anderson, I'm Scott Douglas. Join us again at MonsterJam.com and right here on Fox Sports 1.